Let's go
Yeah,
to the music.
let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, obviously, you have a long history of music. Before we go into Who on Earth, but what was your idea growing up with what did you want to do in music?
Well, I knew I always liked to sing. When I was young, I had a big clique of friends, and they used to follow me around to all the karaoke bars. When we were in early 20s. I'm talking like 22, 23 years old, and it all everything seemed to focus around what karaoke bar we were going to go to, and we bring 15, 20 people. But I was only like the one that was singing. So it blossomed into that. I ended up buying a karaoke company and then becoming an entertainer. So I would be singing every night. And then all of a sudden one day, a friend of mine who was in a band, he said, "Oh, my singer quit the band." I said, "Well, give me a try." And I sang. It was because I was at a karaoke venue, anyways, doing my job. And I sang a song for him, and his wife was like, "I told you so." So then I got into the whole cover band scene here in Florida and, did that for quite some time. And then ended up going to Superstorm Sandy up in Staten Island to go and, because I do boat repair for a living.
Hmm.
And immediately joined an original band there and then met some other people. Ended up in a cover band with Pete 10 years ago, who was my bass player.
Hmm.
And the two of us, it was great. Immediately we're like clicked. It was good time. Became instant friends, and we started playing all the covers up there in New Jersey and New York City, and all of a sudden he was just like, I came to practice for Madhouse, and he was like, "I don't want to do this anymore." I'm like, "Why, you quitting the band?" He goes, "No, no, no, no. I want to do originals."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm easily into that. I'd love to do the originals. And that's what spawned, the Who on Earth sitting at Pete's kitchen table and deciding that we were, even if it was just going to be for our grandchildren, that we were going to go and make some music and make an album. And then we made the album, and people were like, "Hey, this is pretty good." Because we didn't even have a band. It was just Pete and I. We ended up during COVID, we hired some session musicians to help play the other parts. And boom, we realized we really might have had something here and people were enjoying it. So we dove in head first. And we've been at it ever since.
Good. Before we go into Who on Earth, what's the kick out of karaoke? Can you explain to me?
What's the kick out of it?
Yeah.
Was just, I mean, that was my outlet. That was my release so I could go sing. Uh, and not only sing for myself, but people wanted to sing duets with me and everything. So, and it wasn't that, years ago, it wasn't that busy here in Florida. And I don't know, I got to sing a lot and I got like a little bit of a fan club. People were kind of like the way I sang. And heck, I remember 30 years ago doing when I was, my karaoke company I've had for 30 years. And someone came up to me after singing some songs and they were like, "I need to get your autograph." I'm like, "What do you need to get my autograph for?" And they're like, "Well, you're going to be famous someday." And I'm like, so she pulled out of her, and she didn't have anything to write on. So she pulled a check out of her checkbook. She wrote void on it and then had me sign it on the back, not in the spot, but give her a full autograph. And I was like, that might work.
Does she still know you?
It was just, we're at tourist traps here. So I was at Key West Willie's performing. So, and that place doesn't even exist anymore. She was just a patron, not a friend. She was just someone on vacation
Okay.
from what state, I don't know.
That could be maybe your all the autograph is on eBay now.
Yeah, maybe. Might be a little early for that.
A little early. Um, then, well, karaoke. What was for you the best song? I mean, for you to perform, but also that really worked with the audience. Karaoke.
Um, Probably Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just a song everybody knows. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, if all ages seem to radiate to that song. That's a big song, and probably the Audio Slave, Like a Stone by Audio Slave. Those were probably my two most requested songs to sing.
But I can say audio slave. I can see it.
Oh
But
yeah.
Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. It's a bit well, mid off the beaten track for you, or not?
No, not for me.
No.
I mean, I'm everything from Dean Martin to, you know, Dio to Platters to, Slaughter. It doesn't matter.
That's
If it
good.
sounds good and I can sing it, I'm singing it.
What was for you the initial when you first wrote your own original? What was the feeling for you? Was it really special or?
It came pretty naturally. Because when Pete and I write our songs and stuff, we don't really, we make it about something that we have knowledge about or something that we have a feeling about. It's not like we just write a song of, oh well, how about we write about this?
Hmm.
It's emotional connection when Pete would make the music, and then when I create a melody for it, it has an emotional impact that comes out of me. I allow the music to steer me in a direction, and and sometimes the topic is Pete brings in the lyrics, and then I just kind of move them around, massage them the way I like them. But they're always we're very like minded about things. So when he writes a song about something lyrically and hands them to me, I can still understand what he's trying to put across. So for me, it's easy just to interpret what he wants, and I know that he has a emotional connection to what he's creating, and I try to attach myself emotionally to what he's created too.
What is the what's the story then behind the song "Good Man Down"? Can't keep to where I should begging. We're dragging the baggage from the past. What is the what is what triggered this song?
Well, a lot of us in our younger years, didn't always follow the path of righteousness, and might have done some things, and this is also, you can feel it as a when we write something, it's also as a community. So we want people to know that it's not just you that did something that might not have been good, you know, but when you can fall off the path, whether it's just work keeping you down, you work too much, or you get into the drink too much, or you just a bit of a prick for a few years, which happens to people. So the goodness in you always prevails if it's there, and you will stand on top, and you will flourish no matter what.
What was what were your bad days then? If you want to share them, of course.
I lost about a decade to the drink.
Okay.
Yeah, a little blackout period there.
No, and I saw your eyes blacking out too when you told me.
Yeah, it
What,
was tough.
was it long ago?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been, you know, I guess 20 years ago.
Is it hard still to stay off, or is it easy for you now?
No, no, no. I'm all under control now. I drink socially. Don't really. Being that now I'm singing and everything all the time, I got to make sure I can't have the booze. The booze doesn't really go with the throat, and I gotta trying to slim myself down, so can't have the empty calories. So getting ready to go on stage with Fozzy and them, and those guys all look great. I kind of let myself go there for a while. I'm a real foodie, so it's tough for me. I like that. I'm a pretty good cook from what all my friends and family say. So
What was for you the turning point to actually stay well to actually say to yourself, well, now I'm quitting the booze. It's been done. It's okay now.
yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I just it,
No, was there a special occasion, maybe the music or something that triggered you to sober up?
um A friend did a small intervention on me one day and came and said, all my friends were a little worried about me, and my buddy Mike Biggins came up and he's like, we're worried about you. You're kind of into the sauce a lot, and I said, okay, He caught me in the sauce, telling me that I'm into too much, so. I took it upon myself right then and there. I said, "Well, this is my going away party tonight, then," and I proceeded to get myself cleaned up after that.
Oh, yeah. So it was good for you to do.
Yes, it was great for me to do, and it was great that he was a good enough friend to come in and take the lead and not have everybody have to gang up on me. And I think a lot of kudos to myself for listening to him and taking it for what it was worth at face value. Didn't fight him. I could see it. He explained it, and when you look at it, I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Was it
So.
in hindsight, was it well the starting point maybe also with you going into the originals and then Who on Earth
Oh,
and
it was definitely from performing in the band. I was in because when I did the cover, I mean, in the cover bands here in Florida, I was performing sometimes 4 days a week,
oh, yeah.
and yeah, I was that was key part of the whole night was the free bar tabs. So.
Yeah, but it's hard I think because well especially when you're performing when you're a performing artist it's always that tight line between having fun and entertainment and socially and
Yeah, I know. Because I mean, when you're in a cover band, you're in a local bar, hanging out with everybody, and a lot of yours are friends. They become friends after time, and they always want to buy you a drink. Here, have a drink, send up a shot, send up this, send up that. And like the whole place. And then having the open tab, free bar tab on top of it. That's that which eventually I took too much advantage of, and most of the establishments were like, we'll give you an extra $50 with no bar tab. All right.
so that's when you knew you had to stop. That's great. Well, the album is called "It Takes the Village." Why specifically this album title?
Well, if you look at it, most of the a lot of the songs are about um as a community, it's about shadiness and how we need to all band together for and be more of a community, like I say. That's where it all comes together. So, you're looking at vigilance, you're looking at any other way, shadows, double or nothing, which is a huge one. It takes the village. It's all about gambling. And it just seemed like the thing to do. It's, going from Smoke and Mirrors, which was quite similar with the EP, you
Mhm.
know, uh, of the elusiveness of everything that's going on. And this is, it just works because it does. A lot of these things do take the village, like the government takes the village. And it's not as in it takes the village as all of us. We're saying these entities take the village. It's not about, so we need to be more aware of what's happening around us.
Yeah. Um, when during the recording of this album, did you get the album title? Was it at the beginning or at the end?
No, we had it at the beginning. We knew it was coming together. That's why we were able to do this great artwork with Ken Adams and put the whole concept together. We had already had this whole thing in our mind and waiting for it. So that's why we broke down the EP, knew what the EP was about. We knew what the album was going to be about.
Can you explain for people who don't know the artwork? What is the artwork? What do we see?
You see the big machine coming in to grind everybody up, and everyone standing in solidarity against with torches and everything. It's just to stop what's happening. But yeah, it's all about the big machine, corporate machine coming in, and government, whatever you want to call it. It's there to grind us up, and that's what it takes the village.
Yeah. Um, well, then a song of certain songs I wrote down a line, and I thought maybe that's pickup point for you for us to discuss something. We don't belong here. No
Yeah,
war has ever been declared by the people.
that was a whole speech that was
Yeah,
given.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's how we feel too. You know, I mean, it always seems like the government's going out and committing wars and stuff, and the people are sitting back going, you know, we don't have a word on it. Why don't we have a word on it?
Yeah.
Spending billions of dollars and of our money to go fight wars that, you know, maybe we need to have some way to have a votes on that.
Now I was thinking because well, when was this song written?
Uh, yep, while ago. Like this is a redone song that we took the time to do, and we thought it needed a little bit more, and we changed the drums on it and put in Pete's lyrical piece in there. So it's 4 years old, the song.
Yeah, because now, especially with what's going on right now with Iran, I was thinking, this is in high. You wrote a song that could have been written yesterday.
Yeah, well, same with Vigilance.
Yeah.
Vigilance, we finished recording that in June of 2024. So, and how fitting is Vigilance for right now too?
Yeah, I think the line that I wrote down for that song is we're not the ones committing treason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a big line in there too. You know, I mean it says a lot, volumes.
yeah. And is the speech that you have in We Don't Belong Here, is this what sort of speech is it?
Um, it was I can't remember. I wish Pete was here. Pete's the one who found this piece. It's a whole and it's a God, man. I look at me. I don't even know what I'm talking about my own music. But Pete did this whole vocal part, and it's been so long since I've actually gone over it. But it was a speech made before, I believe, the Second World War,
Okay.
and it's verbatim, so it's not like we made it up. It's quoted,
Oh, yeah.
and I think the guy was eliminated or imprisoned afterwards too.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what gave it the you know that we wanted it in there. I'm sorry, sorry, I'm not knowledgeable about my own stuff.
No, but it's good. No problem. Is it for you, the things that you sing about, like you say, vigilance and the theme of It Takes a Village? Is it something that you feel more now with what's going on in the world and in the States, or is it something that you've always felt? I mean, less,
Al- Always felt.
yeah.
I've always been for less government, for more freedom, for you know just being free. Yeah, I just don't like how it seems like. I mean, the only job that governments or politicians have is to make new laws. If they're not making new laws and what are they doing? They're doing nothing. So that's what they all do. They just keep making more regulations and more laws and passing them. And I mean, it's ludicrous. We have enough. Why do we have to have more? I just saw this thing where they were fighting over raw milk. And it's like, well, 9 people died. I'm like, 9 people out of 350 million. And you're telling me it's not common knowledge that you don't drink raw milk? Like, why does the federal government need to come in and regulate something that everybody knows is bad? Let them do it on their own free will. They're not hurting anyone except for themselves if it happens. So now, because the government gave us a warning, those people should get arrested because, what have they done? They have done nothing wrong except for drink raw milk. People have been drinking raw milk for centuries, you
Yeah.
know. So it's. I just think we're over regulated and just too much of the government's foot on our back.
Yeah, well, I think it's especially I don't know if you want to go into politics because I heard that Americans don't like to talk about politics that much. Is it for you too, or
Uh, I'll talk about it, but I'm not one to pick sides. That's for sure.
okay? No, the
I'm a
thing is, what I was
centrist.
No, what I was thinking, like I mentioned earlier, that now the songs that you've written, especially now with what's going on, um, it feels like well, you're writing about these times.
I know, isn't that it's crazy that that happened like that. It just all of a sudden, and what was really weird is when we made Vigilance and got everything done, and then Minneapolis happened, and it looks like we were making fun of it or something, or I'm like, what are the chances? So
No,
yeah, it
maybe it says that everything comes in cycles, it returns and it's
yeah, it couldn't be more blatantly obvious when this is happening when we're, you know, have that feeling and do that, and write about something, and then all of a sudden it's right in your face. Although it could be fate too for the timing.
can you explain that? Fate for the timing?
Well, I mean, we some of this music is from when Pete was 21, so it's 35 years ago, and to bring it back with the same emotional and feeling. So you think of it that timeline wise, 35 years to now, and then we come out with these songs, and the songs end up, you know, depicting what's happening in our environment today. That's a little bit of fate
I
involved there.
think I think if we go back 35 years ago, I think we have domestically we have the Rodney King riots, and
Oh,
internationally we have the war in Iraq, the first Gulf War with
right.
Kuwait. So it's
Yeah.
the same pattern. Well, you mentioned that you for a living you repair boats. Um, are you making a living now out of your music? Because well, you've released a new album and you're playing too. Is it something that you can make a living out of?
Not at this point. No,
Okay.
no. There's no money being made. We're still in the becoming found phase. We got to get out there and get in front of. That's why we're doing the Fozzy tour, and we've got some more gigs coming up in June with Tantric, and we got to get out in front of people's faces. We're doing pretty good globally. It's all there. Lots coming from South America. Brazil loves us. Mexico. Lots happening in Europe and Australia, but the United States hasn't really, although we have a bunch of listeners that are active monthly listeners, the retention ones are, the more of the heavy metal kind of stuff, which is not an American standard. So we're playing the music that we love in a country that's not really, popular with what our kind of music.
Well, then you have to do a tour of Brazil then. Brazil, Mexico.
Yeah, we've already put some feelers out for Europe for in the spring. So we'd like to go over there and spend some time, do some festivals or something. And I think our numbers all should be ramped up pretty good by then. I mean, it's just we seem to do real well on YouTube and stuff, get a lot of views and everything. But you know, I think we just hit 43,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which is great for us considering we're just a upcoming band.
What sort of reaction do you get from well, the people in Mexico, Brazil, and Europe?
Oh yeah, they're all in when they leave
What
comments on the
what specifically? What is it that triggers them to listen to you?
the groove. They like the music. It's not the lyrics or anything. They like the sound. They like the sound that's coming across and the intensity of it. You can see that they're pumped by the way they talk about it. And it's I think the music's got great energy.
Yeah.
It's not the cookie cutter stuff that you see everybody. Nobody's really making music that they just like. Everyone's trying to copy somebody else. And when Pete and I make music, we just want to make great music. So that's why you'll see such a difference from Vigilance to Good Man Down, to Shadows to Double or Nothing. It's got and even Too Close. I mean, they're I think they're all in a wide span of difference. Because I don't think we're one of those bands that you could sit and play five of our songs in a row and hearing us for the first time and know that they were all the same band.
What is for you What do you want to achieve? Because well, you have a long career. I mean, in music, with the karaoke, with the cover bands, and now with your own with your own material. Is there something that you would say? Well, I would, if I can stop repairing boats and just do my music, then that's going to be it.
Yeah, yeah, that will definitely be it. We're hoping. I just talked to Pete the other day. We've got gigs booked all the way up through September, and I said if we have a bite at all for something happening in the spring in Europe, then we've got all kinds of songs that are in the assembly line ready to go. Uh, some songs that are music's written, some it's got the lyrics and melodies written. And I told him, I said, we need to get in the studio. We'll get these locked in, get some demos done on them, work on them, and try to get in and back recording in the spring before we go over to anywhere where we want to go.
Yeah. Do you still do some karaoke every now and then?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I own a business here in Florida that does karaoke, so yeah, I go in every once in a while. Not very often. Because I practice a lot at home.
But is your own music up in? I mean, in the karaoke?
Oh no, no, I don't have it out there.
It
And
could
it's
be.
yeah, it could be, yeah. And it's nice to see. It's refreshing because a lot of times I'm not here. I'm up with Pete in Jersey, or I'm home in Florida for 5 months. But every time I go out, everyone's like, "Man, you're a rock star." I'm like, I don't know if this is being a rock star yet, but I'll take it.
Okay. Well, last question. Well, your most streamed song on Spotify is, of course, the "Hold the Line" of Toto. Um,
Yes.
what's so special about that song for you?
Well, I mean, it's a great song for starters, but we wanted to give homage to some of the greatest session guitarists of the time, which was Toto. I think that's how it all came together. These guys were all playing for other bands and decided to lock in themselves and create something, and it was just amazing. And we all, and also we realized that it was going to be easy to take the keyboards out, take it a half step down, give it a little bit more emotional impact. Not saying that, I mean, it's the song is sung beautifully, but I kind of, made it a little rougher and put a little edge on it. And when, Pete heard me on time, when I do that part, he was like, "Oh, that sounds great." So we went all in and gave it everything we got. We were lucky enough to pull it off. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people are upset we even did it.
But did Steve Lukather did he send a message on the song?
Steve is not called yet.
Could be.
Maybe down the
Uh,
road.
yeah. Well, thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
Martin.
And well, the album is released the May 20th. I saw, and I think well, that's when we gonna release this interview too.
Okay, well, it's May 8th.
Oh, May
The
8th.
album,
Sorry, it's May
we
8th.
have
Yeah.
Shadows is being released on May 5th. And then right after that, it's even got a nice little lyric video. It's cool too. It's like a comic book thing done. And then on the 8th, on the same day we started on tour with Fozzy, that's when the album gets released.
Looking forward to it. Good luck to you
Thank
with
you. Thank you,
music.
Martin.